Okay, we're back on the record in the matter of Norcutt versus council. I've, I was, specifically, I was looking, through my notes and through the history of this case, to see whether or not it would be appropriate for the, to order the drug test. I see that on, at the April 10, 2018 hearing in front of Judge Moss referred Dad to the American Toxicology Institute for a drug test, hair and urine, immediately after court. And I looked up and saw that the ATI report, Dad did submit for the drug test, hair and urine, and the report from ATI indicates that the pubic hair was negative, and the donor indicated there was hydromorphine positive 830 nanograms per milliliter and hydrocodone positive 33,720 nanograms per milliliter, and the report notations state that the donor indicated a currently prescribed medication which is consistent for a positive finding for hydrocodone and hydromorphine. The prescription has been verified by the laboratory. I thought that in preparation for this trial, I had read through the history of the trial that there was something having to do with opioids, but I'm not sure if that was in this case or if it was a different case, so I've been looking through the history of this case to see if there was any other incident or evidence to support a history of drug use, or whether or not drugs are at issue here, to substantiate a need for referral for drug testing, because that kind of came out of the blue. I wasn't expecting that. I will note that I have personally observed Mr. Counsel's behavior throughout the trial, and I have seen that he has been shaking almost incessantly, and but that alone does not necessarily indicate that drugs have been the cause of that. I mean, it could be anxiety, and the court recognizes that this is very highly stressful situation being here in court. I do note that on day 3 of the evidentiary hearing, June 5th, 2018, Judge, in the minutes from the hearing, there is a statement that Mom thinks it is that there's a high conflict with Dad. Mom thinks it is due to his drug use and feels Dad is abusing opiates. But that's just her opinion in that respect. I don't really have anything else to go by. Also in the notes from that same hearing, Mom believes Dad has mental health issues due to his past drug use and unstable behavior. However, when Dad was addressing Mr. Page's request for the drug test, Mr. Counsel indicated that the request was humiliation. No cause why he should be subjected to humiliation of a drug test. I thought that was a strange thing to say. I don't understand why it would be humiliating to take a drug test. Just because of the history of prior drug allegations in the case, if there had been absolutely nothing anywhere in here, then I would think that it's not warranted, but I would like to go ahead and just to triple ensure the safety of Gage, and there has been a history of drug usage or allegations of it. I'm not finding that there has been drug usage, but there has been allegations of it. I will go ahead and order the drug test so long as Mom pays for it. All right? If it comes out negative, then Mom will bear the cost, of course. But if it comes out positive, then there will be a reimbursement. You'll need to reimburse her, Dad. And you'll have to get over there by 5 o'clock. So it is 3:30. I'm not going to make my decision today because I picked up here on day 3 of a 5-day trial. I do have remarkable notes by Judge Moss. They're really, I mean, it's amazing. I take tons and tons and tons of notes. Hers are single space typed out, and they're very clear and very detailed. And I am so impressed with them. So based on that, I would like to go over the physical evidence for evidence that was admitted prior to my involvement in this case, just to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Plus, I want to review my notes and everything because I don't want to get this wrong. So I will call the parties back for my decision, and I'd like to make it sooner rather than later. So let's look for some time. And of course, Ms. Norcutt, you can appear by video conference. I'm not going to require you to fly back here from Washington. Just the next available spot, because I plan on looking at this within the next few days, over the course of the next few days.
Well, Judge, you don't really have anything until Friday the 25th. We can squeeze something in.
We can.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. We could do 9:30 on June 25th.
9:30 on June 25th. Perfect. Does that work for you, Mr. Counsel?
Can I do video as well?
Of course you can, sir.
Yeah, that shouldn't be an issue then. Thank you.
Okay, so the 25th at 9:30. Mr. Page, does that work for you, sir?
Finding out here in a moment. My computer is running a little bit slow. I have too many windows open.
Stand by. Hold that thought.
One moment, please. June 25, I am in trial in Department U starting at 9 o'clock.
So you're there the rest of the day?
Probably, yes, it's day 2 of a trial.
Okay.
So that's not gonna work, you need another day, is that what I heard?
Yes.
Like to do it earlier that day, or that's just too much? Well, we have a spot on July the 9th at 8:30 AM or 9 AM.
I've got a trial on July 9th.
Okay. We have July 15th at 8:30 AM.
July 15 is open.
Okay.
So July 15th at 8:30, is that what you said?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So we'll come back July 15th at 8:30. Okay. Okay, so we already distributed the drug test order?
Well,
Oh,
it
okay.
didn't come in 3, so please go ahead.
I've got the maps here.
She's good.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
I'd like to elaborate on the humiliation aspect of it, and just also like, my
Testify
vehicle
at
is
this point.
down. I
No,
don't- I don't have a vehicle right now.
no, it's not necessary, sir.
I can't,
It's not necessary, no. It's,
okay. Can I go do that tomorrow? Because I don't have a vehicle, and I'm down right now, and I mean,
you can do it today. You can call Uber or something. It's just down the street. It's not far at all.
It's walkable, really.
It's in this heat it would be difficult, but it's doable. Even before 5 o'clock.
Judge, can you sign another one of these?
Well,
Sure.
Your Honor, I have other commitments for the afternoon on my vehicle situation. That's why I was wondering if I can go do it first thing tomorrow morning.
No, sir, it needs to be done today.
It's gonna be the referral. This is gonna be the map. You're gonna go approximately a block and a half southbound here on Pecos. And you're gonna turn into Sunrise, and it's gonna be the office right there. There's a block and a half
Billing,
southbound.
they won't bill me or anything?
She's responsible
She
for
has to
paying for it, sir. You're
And-
just responsible for leaving a sample.
All you have to do is leave a sample. You don't have to worry about paying.
Okay.
This is the map for you. Like I said, it's gonna be a block and a half southbound right here on Pecos. You're gonna turn into the complex right there, be right there on Sunrise. This is gonna be the referral, it's gonna be in his name, and you're advising that you're the party responsible for paying for it additionally.
Okay. We're recessed. We're adjourned.
Okay, recess, I just wanna make something clear. Because he hasn't given his address, the visitation for the summer for Gage is not going forward at this point.
What was the date of the flight? No, I said earlier that as long as he gave an address 7 days before, it could be a hotel or an Airbnb.
And I'd like to also, I wanted to push that back to like I discussed in July instead of June, because I wanted to take him to see my mother first and foremost.
I think the
Push that
flight
back.
is July, isn't it?
July the 1st.
The flight's July the 1st.
Right, and I would like to push that back to the 3rd week.
Well, you can work that out with Mom.
Okay, thank you. I
Okay.
just wanted to make it noted that I need to do that so we can travel to see my mother. And then she has the address, and I'll provide the address, and then depending if we stay there the duration of the summer, or if we choose to go on vacation somewhere, I will give advance notice and everything else.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Control, 215, show 371 on escort on 12.2 parking lot.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Off the record.